Right. Thanks for joining us live on KFM TV. It's another edition of Generational Leaders Talk Show, and I hope you are doing great. So you tell a friend to tell another friend that it is time for Generational Leaders Talk Show, so that you can also join us whilst we talk about a whole lot of issues here. Today, King George is not around, so I happens to be the one to sit in it to make sure that all that you need, I bring it to you live on KFM TV. You can also watch us live on Facebook by typing or searching for us Generation Leaders. Generation Leaders. You like, you comment, and you share for a friend to also have access to watch the video. You can also search us on YouTube by typing or you type Generation or no, but on Facebook you can type Gen Leaders TV, and then you subscribe so that any video that we put it there, you can also get it and watch. You like as well, and then you comment for us to watch. This is proudly sponsored by Dufy Deco Ventures. They said they give you quality and affordable, nice furnitures for your office, for your living room, your hall, any kind of furniture that you need. Dufy Deco Ventures says that they are the best. So you look for them, and they will make your office, your hall, your office very nice for you. Not only that, maybe you are doing an event and you need a nice decoration. A nice one is Dufy Deco Ventures that they can help you. They can make your event so lovely and memorable. They are located at Swan Lake Dasbar, opposite Mascot Hotel, Tabora. You can also search for them on Facebook and Instagram. That is Dufy Deco Ventures. They are there. So if you need their service, you can contact them on 0246 766 636. 0246 766 636, and then they will come and make sure that all that you need, they provide it for you there. And so today, in fact, you are going to love the show. And so what I want you to do is that just relax for me, and you tell a friend to tell another friend to also tune into KFM TV, Generational Leaders. We are live on all our platforms, so you can also watch us there. Today, my motivational message for you today is very simple, but full of wisdom. It says, I never lose. I either win or I learn. I never lose. I either win or I learn. And yes, all the time you have to target to win. When you don't win, you learn and you come back hard. Maybe this year is not your year, the month is not your month. Yes, but even with the footballers, people get to the finals whereby this is the trophy, but they lose. Or they couldn't make it to get the cup or the trophy, but they come back, they keep pushing hard. And one day, they also get access to become winners. So you always have to be positive anytime. You tell yourself that I'm a winner, not a loser. And so anything that you are doing and it's not going on well, you have to sit down. You sit down, and then you learn from it, and you come back hard. And then one day, you also become successful. My name is David Santos. My guest is already seated. And then we'll be delving into so many issues. But before that, let's go for a quick break. When we come back, I will introduce my guest, and we have more. Welcome back from the break. I hope you are still watching Generational Leaders live on KFM TV. And today I told you that we have a lot to discuss, and today I hope you are ready for us. So just stick and watch us live, because we have so many things to discuss, and you can also join the conversation via our WhatsApp line. Looking at the mess that we are in now, do you think our leaders have failed us totally, that we will find it difficult to get out from this kind of mess? Or we, the citizens, we have failed ourselves as well?
Well, thank you, David, and a good evening once again to our cherished viewers.
Okay.
I think that you've asked a very important question. And if you ask me, I will say that leadership comes with responsibility. And of course, we have a very strong campaign ongoing, Fix the Country campaign.
Yeah.
Initially, government wasn't taking it seriously, but it appears that they are now taking it seriously. If you look at the responses from some of the states or the government communicators. So it shows that people are demanding more. You can actually blame them because they are holding government accountable for their own promises that they made.
Okay.
You know, so I think this should be a lesson for leaders moving forward, that you don't just come and make promises, you know, and then, you know, to tell us stories. And then the other side of the coin is about the attitude of citizens, that we also have a responsibility to, as it were, play our expected role. So it's a two-way affair. But I think if you compare both parties, the greater responsibility lies with the government. That is why every state must have its own rules of engagement. Laws and regulations. Because human beings are likely to go wayward once in a while. But once you have the rules, nobody's, I mean, you have the power. We give you power. You know, so if we think Ghanaians are not, you know, have wrong attitude, then you have the power to correct us. You know, that's why we brought you into power. That's why we gave you the whole power that you have. So I think that both parties have a role to play, like I said, but the greater responsibility lies with government. With the government, and not per se the citizen as well. And I said, so if the system is right, laws must be enforced. When laws are enforced, people, it's quite dicey in the sense that, one, the people want to exercise their right. They have a right to demonstrate, they have a right to air their views. So one, that is their right. And now we are talking about COVID. I think I read is it a communique or a press release by the conveners? Okay, so that is what is on the screen for us. That is what is on the screen. So Rise Ghana Youth Fix the Country demo. Yes. So that is it. And so that's the date, which is tomorrow, and 9th. Yes. Okay. And that will be happening at Independence Square. Okay. Yes. And so that is what is on the screen for us. And so that's what I'm asking. You were making. Yeah. So I was saying that. I read when we were asking the police for permission to go on demonstration. I think the conveners demonstrated that they're going to abide by the COVID protocol. Okay. You know, so they are conscious of COVID. That they are going to put in place measures to ensure that people fall in line and that we observe the protocol. And again, Captain Maxwell Mahama and a whole lot of people. Last week, some military personnel is being assaulted again. And so looking at how the system is right now and how the youth or the citizens are now taking the law into their own hands, what can you say about that? I'll show you a video whereby it just happened this week. Another military person going somewhere, and then people started to use stick and other stuff to assault, and it's something that is not going on well. It seems that the country has become something that if you don't force yourself to get up, or everybody is doing something to make sure that he's fine. But do you think it's the right thing? Like they put the video on the screen for us, and then let's see. I want you to have a watch of it. Yes, fine. So that yes. So producer, if it's ready, you can put it on the screen for us. Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm so phone here. Soja for pa yamrante abontin gete na suma boss here to have had and emotion any she hade hwe sunya abontino sunya 100 ya wa e call bayi as a new gba no hwade yes hwade Shaba point, yeah. Soja ni before soja ni pa. Soja ni na dwane no. Soja ni pa what say uniform. 7 officer. Ya was say uniform na ye dey aba bonachi pan ye dey bonitrim na wo dwane hwade. Sese kan yo say na eno so patem sa eno so se baby a Max wo kan ya ayi ankoma dey wono so sa Main Street hwe cars na twam sa na ye bu soja ni ma wo dwane na wo hwade na ayi ofa kwa na wo de ayi abebo so de pepepe de wo de pepepe senti ya be kwa man so nti say ya yanka ye nyina ye ho ya say ya na ayi Mejo Mahama wo yi wo mse kronfo wo se menya kronfo wo yi na ID card
and for Banasu, you know the card. Was a motion measure. I'm a 7 officer, Minya Confor, and Confor Sampa Yenimono. Now I bear Banasu, ya blocks, a corner so, and I share idea. It's such anyway. What kind of surrender? Yes, what kind of Muhammadiano. And Tabasano, where no, and now Namen Quaco, baby or Jonathan, sa track, yes, I'm yonder, such a piece of gumo. Kabubosu Jenny. Hey, had the Sakwana, but them was the you. Now, and if you grab 1 2 check.
What to me quite any more? What to me quite any more? Hey,
and some food does who are gone up.
That is the video that you've just watched, and it's something that is not going on well, which is not good at all. Because I can remember that even though I'm not young, but then yes, but then in the old days, when you see a military person or a police person coming, even though you are not doing anything, but the fear that will be in you, you'll be steady. But nowadays, like the security personnel, they have lost their dignity. What do you think might be the problem right now? Because what is going on right now is like they don't even respect anybody at all.
No, as I was saying before we played the video, that by all means we should not take the law into our own hands. Citizens, there are right channels, to express your grievances if you feel that you are not happy about one thing or the other. But I think that increasingly people are losing confidence in our institutions. So that's the only way they feel that they can express their grievance or their anger. Instant justice, which is not supposed to be so. So not even the military or if you like the security agencies, but even in the church. Years ago, people respected pastors, people in Kasok, but today, people are insulting pastors all over the place.
Exactly.
Because of what is happening. So when people start losing confidence in the institution, then they feel that, okay, then why should we respect you? Then we will also treat you like any other person. And I think that it's high time that we strengthen the institutions, so they can also take back their glory, and have the respect that is due them. Because if you watch, even when you follow these illegal money issues, galamsey issues, we've seen military officers,
who are also
involved in it. So if those are supposed to protect,
they are also involved.
Then we are all how do you expect the public to respect you?
Oh, okay.
Even recently, some soldiers from Jubilee House were arrested.
Yes, it's very true.
Yeah. So what you
believe is their attitude that is also.
So if the public has some reverence for you,
okay,
and you misuse that opportunity, then obviously that means you don't deserve that respect anymore.
Security personnel for them. Now that it seems the dignity that they have, the respect that they have, is now coming down. What are they supposed to do?
Well, I think every institution has its own rules of engagement.
Okay.
They have. I think there's something called the marshal, police marshal, or military marshal kind of stuff. So, but you see, anytime we see security agencies, quote unquote, misbehaving, we just hear about it and nothing happens. But if we see them being punished, being made to face the rigors of their own rules and regulations, maybe they will know that the institution is functioning. That okay, we still have some confidence in the institution. But if we talk about it, we watch it on television, and then the matter dies off, then that means nothing's happening. Anybody can do whatever he or she wants to do, and then the person goes scot-free. So I think that when people are punished severely for their actions or acts of omission or commission against the law, then that can at least instill some confidence. I watched one video where at the Galamsey site, we saw a military group protecting the Chinese workers.
Yes.
And then there was another force sent from Accra or so to go and bring order. So you have two military, groups. I
they are supposed to become one, but you have two.
So you have one group protecting the Chinese, and then another group coming to bring sanity to the environment. So I was not too sure. I was confused. That this is one Ghana.
I'm confused.
Military, military command or military force. It didn't make sense to me.
Okay.
One group was there to protect the Chinese, do the illegal mining.
Okay.
And then another group was dispatched to go and bring, ensure law and order. And there was some argument, if you watch the video.
Yes, sure. I also
and even those who were protecting the Chinese were actually very vocal. They were actually demanding. Even the journalists who want to shoot the video was told to delete the video. Yeah, so they had audacity.
Now, with the illegal mining aspect.
Yes.
Now that I know the president have set a committee to make sure that this issue is being dealt with. For me, so far, I can say that those that committee are not doing well, or it's a bogus committee for me. What will you say about that? Yes, because if they have set up a committee for this to be done, and still we are still experiencing this, then there's no need, because at the end of the month they will pay those kind of those people. This committee, they will pay them, as well as even National House of Chiefs. They are also supposed to, with this kind of illegal mining, I believe that they could have also jumped into it and then help in also fighting this issue. But they are also not operating. Even the National House of Chiefs, up to now, for me, I can tell you that I don't know. I don't know what to say, but excuse me to say, I don't know their work. That is what I can say now. I don't know, because nobody is telling us their work. This is what they are supposed to do. What will you say about the committee that is being set up to make sure that the issue of illegal mining has come to a stop?
Emphasis on the committee. I really want to focus on even the president, because he said he was going to put his presidency on the line.
Okay.
Over the Galamsey issue, because he's the one we voted for, not the committee members. We didn't even vote for those in the what do you call it? The House of Chiefs.
Yes.
No, we didn't.
We didn't. Yes.
But we voted for a president.
Yes.
And he has all the powers. If you look in the Constitution, the president has powers, to preserve and to protect our natural resources. So he's the one who must hold accountable. And he said that he's prepared to put his presidency on the line over the Galamsey issue. So if he has said that, and that Galamsey is still ongoing, that means that he himself, he's not.
So for you are not blaming the committee?
Because he, of course,
he's the one who said the committee.
Yes, and he has the power.
Okay, so it means the enforcement has to come from the head.
Yeah, it's a leadership.
Okay,
he has the power. The power to say stop and everything. And it's about leadership. That's the point. So if we're not seeing commitment or seriousness from the leadership, then everything else becomes, goes down to leadership.
Okay.
If your boss gives you a responsibility, the way you are going to dispatch or work will depend on how you perceive your boss.
Okay.
If you know your boss is a no-nonsense man, you make sure that you don't come and give an information that will make him slap you.
Yes.
And that was, I'm not sure whether you heard the stories about the ex-president Rawlings, may so rest in peace.
Yes.
That, people actually feared him a lot, because he doesn't take nonsense.
Yes.
He, excuse me to say, he hasn't been to school that much, but he knows what is right.
What is right, exactly.
So you don't go to him and say anything because you feel like because you want to say anything. So it's about the leader. So if you know, okay, the president has given us his responsibility, then we know what
me per se. Do you think his time? I'm talking about late president, which is Jerry John Rawlings.
Yes.
Do you think his time, the way he rules, if we use the same strategy to rule as at now, will it help the leadership? Looking at his leadership.
No, see, Rawlings came from a military background.
Yeah.
And transited into civilian rule. So even during civilian rule, he still has this military, if you like,
attitude.
He exhibits some of the military, stuff. So there has been some school of thought saying that Africans don't actually need 100% democracy because we were not fully prepared. We accepted democracy.
Yes.
Because we still need some military. There should be a combination of military rule and civilian rule. So that we can balance us. But it appears that we wholeheartedly want to embrace democracy when we're not fully prepared for democracy. So I think that, and again, it's an issue of culture. And I heard one person talking about it that, in our culture, when somebody misbehaves or when somebody does something wrong, and the person ought to be punished, the person can go and call a delegation, family members to go and beg and plead on his behalf.
It seems that I haven't come and experienced that.
No, but it happens. Okay. So to go and beg. So you the one to enforce the law. Here you are, you have elders coming to talk to you. It could even be a pastor. It could be a sheikh or somebody.
Okay.
A respected person in society coming to beg on behalf of the person who has caused the problem. So out of respect, you waive off, that punishment, and that gradually, is what, if you ask me, is what is affecting us to a large extent.
Okay.
Because at that time, the person, the system must work, whether I know you or not. Like in other countries, it doesn't matter whether you are known or not. It's a system.
It's a system, okay.
Yeah. So it's like a policeman arrests you. You are fine. It's captured in the system. So if the policeman forgives you, you can't do anything about it because it's in the system already. You have to go and pay the fine. But you want somebody to arrest you, you can call, commander, plead, let him go.
So even call a minister.
Yeah, so it makes it quite difficult. It's quite difficult to enforce our rules. So that's a contributing factor to what we are currently facing in the country now. So I think that we need to have a national conversation and say, hey guys, we think that we have to come to a common agreement. That we think some of the things are not helping us. We don't want to move forward. So once we agree and are being punished, don't see that somebody hates you personally, but you have gone against the rules and regulations, and therefore the system is dealing with you. Then we know you have been dealt with. Yeah.
Remember, we are also streaming live on Facebook by searching for us Generation Leaders. You like, you comment, and you share for a friend to also have an access to the video to watch. And on YouTube too, you can subscribe to our YouTube page, Gen Leaders TV, and then you see us through there. There's no good enforcement, or let me say a system whereby even the next generation can learn from it. I'll show you a video of children who are involved into this illegal mining. After that, I'll ask you where our generation will be in the next 10 years. So, producer, if the video is ready, I want you to play that video for me. And then when we come back, we'll talk about that. And then we'll come back to fix the country. You said they should fix the country, but then I want you to have a fair idea that if you happen to meet Mr. President, what exactly will you like the president to fix? Because we have a whole lot of things, and I believe not all of them. So when we go back to economics, we have scale of what? Preference. So we come there. So if the video is ready, let's watch that video, and when we come back, Mr. Ezekiel, you have a lot to answer because you happen to be an environmentalist, and so these things is also involved, and so we'll come to your aspect as well. So you have to answer a whole lot of questions today, and so that is it. So let's watch the video. When we come back, we continue. These children are supposed to be in school, but looking at the system, these children, they are also looking at how the system is going. So they also took their own decision. If by this time we don't make it in life, then before 18 years we are doomed. So we have to also start. But I believe these children have to be in school. I don't know what. In fact, Mr. Zeko, I don't know what to say. Osibisa, the song that we pray when we went for the break, heaven knows where we are going. What will you say about that?
Yeah. Thanks for showing the video. But I think that it is important to look at this from a holistic point of view, looking at our cultural setting.
Okay.
It is said that children learn largely through observation.
Yes, what they observe.
What they observe.
Okay.
So just imagine a typical community where their parents are miners. Now these are small-scale miners, and I think that And it is also important to differentiate illegal miners and small-scale miners.
Okay.
There are people who do just minor
ones,
which does not have any major impact on the environment. But it's this Chinese, chemicals and those stuff that has actually brought the challenge we are facing now. Because mining was done years ago. We didn't start mining 5 or 10 years ago. I mean, Ghana, we had gold for God knows how many years now. Okay. So people learn through observation. So just imagine a child.
So that's the video for those who are watching.
Just imagine a child following a mother to her workplace or a father to her workplace, seeing the father digging, carrying, and then the child observes for a period of time. For they are doing that, they don't even know the value of what they are doing.
The value of
but they see their parents doing that.
Yes.
So they're also doing it.
And Mr. Zego, the dangerous aspect with this one, whereby, with this one, their parents are not there.
I'm sure they're around. I'm sure they are there somewhere there.
You sure they are around?
No, they are going to build their own pit.
No, I don't think so, because if it's there, Bahamas will see that there is a grown-up among them, but this one, only them. So the aspect in which I'm looking at is that, after they've dig the holes and other thing, those holes, they don't come back to what? Fill them again. If these children happens to go inside where they have dig big holes, don't you think it will cause different thing? The aspect in which I'm looking, I don't know whether you are getting the fair idea.
Yes.
Yes, because after that, after the mining, they left the pit like that.
Oh yeah, I mean there were stories where children are falling into the pits.
Yes.
So those are issues that we need to grapple with. There's no doubt about that. But I was talking about the cultural setting.
The cultural setting.
If you go to cocoa communities, you see children also working on cocoa farms.
So, but do you support that? What we are just
even with cocoa, and again, you see that's the argument in that part of the world. A mother is going to the farm, or she or the father or the mother, are both cocoa farmers. They go with their children to support in the farm, and then because they are being given some items to carry, sometimes and I hear there's an article that says that you are practicing child labor, in cocoa.
Yes.
But what is child labor? In our own context, is the child not going to school? Some of them don't go to school. After school, they go to the farm, and all that. So we need to really know whether we are really practicing child labor or not, and then differentiate that. But on this issue, I think that if you ask me, as much as the children are learning from their parents, one is a bad precedent for them. In terms of what they are doing now, they are further degrading the environment. And I don't think the environment is even helpful for them in terms of their health.
Okay.
And again, now we are looking at solutions to the illegal mining or galamsey issue. If the children are seeing their parents, destroying the environment, so they are also following after, then I want to see children now planting trees or flowers, because they've seen also adults planting trees.
Okay.
So in the near future, I want to see children planting trees or flowers, because now the government is rolling out a program to plant 11 million trees.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. So they are learning from what they see their parents do or the adults do.
Okay.
But I don't subscribe to children, being involved.
Okay, I understand from your point of view, but I believe that there are certain things that even though that is what our parents do, we shouldn't allow. Like example with the illegal mining like this, is something that is very dangerous, and if you don't have experience with it, you might end up getting a whole lot of issues, and the issues that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, because after that, they left the pit like that. Anybody, because if they are not around, but I believe that if, even though their parents are into that, they have to educate their children that with this one, even though if I'm doing it and I'm not there, don't go and do it. Because looking at them, anything can happen. Because when I saw the video, in fact, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But then thank you very much for also giving us a fair idea about that. We also have to look at the holistic way by what you are saying. But I also believe that, please, we beg you, because in the next 10 years or 5 years, we want to build a peaceful and a loving country. And so our children, what we are showing them right now is not going to help us, because we want to build something different than what we are seeing right now. So we beg you, per what is happening.
Yeah.
But I want to ask, according to you, what is the biggest environmental threat today?
That's a big question. That's a big question. And,
okay.
But I may end up being biased at the answer.
Why?
Because I obviously say what I do, as just to corroborate with what I do.
Okay, that is what. Yes. Yeah, so just.
No, so so if you ask me, I'll tell you, it's about the big. I mean, it's environmental degradation.
Okay.
That's the biggest environmental issue we need to deal with, and it comes in different forms: air pollution, and even the one we are destroying, illegal mining okay. And the polluting our water bodies and all that. So it's made up of all these different components. But for me, we need to really protect the environment. So that's why we keep talking about environmental sustainability.
Okay.
So that would be my, if you ask me. But specifically, since I'm on to climate change, again, if you like I'm saying, I will end up being biased. It's about the issue of emissions.
Okay.
Carbon emissions into the atmosphere. And for me, that is the biggest challenge.
For you?
For me.
So that's why you are saying that.
Yes, I'm likely
okay.
to be biased.
Okay, yeah. So how can we overcome that?
Well, fortunately, there are measures being put in place.
Okay.
So we are trying to take initiatives or measures that will lead to cutting down our emissions.
Okay.
Or either stopping it completely or reducing the emissions.
Okay.
So, for example, and emissions come from 3 main sources.
Okay.
Energy, power generation, transport, and then agriculture. So rearing of animals, they emit methane. Methane goes into the atmosphere.
Okay.
That's emission. That contributes to climate change or global warming. Transportation, the gas from the exhaust that goes into the atmosphere, carbon, contributes to climate change. When we talk about energy, what we use in power generation leads to emissions. For example, our thermal plants are being powered by either oil or now we have oil and gas. So oil emits more carbon into the atmosphere.
Okay.
But we need energy. We can't say that because of climate change, then we should all go off energy.
Energy like that.
Yes, it's not possible.
Okay.
But
we still need
energy. But how do we get the energy, but at the same time either reduce our emission level or better still cut it down drastically?
Okay.
So those are the measures being taken place, and with time I can share specific examples being taken.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Yeah. I want you to open our mind on that. So I will come back to you. And so in fact, I hope you are learning, and at the same time you also have opinion and comment to share. So you can send your comment via our WhatsApp line 0542 524403. 0542524403. Remember, I asked you a question. I said, if you happens to meet Mr. President, we said he should face the country. But then I'm also asking, scale of preference. If you meet the president today, you have, as a leader, if you meet the president today, what exactly do you want the president to fix for us in our country? That is my question for you. So you can send in your comment via our WhatsApp line, and we'll read that to you. Very soon to open phone lines, and then we are going for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will look at our environment a little. Mr. Ezekiel happens to be somebody who travels a lot. So he has a lot of experiences. We are coming to delve into that. And then don't forget today too, SDG Agenda 2030. We'll continue with that. Stay with us. We'll be right back. It's also part of the environmental issues that we are facing.
Yeah.
Most of the issue when it comes to our environment is the sanitation aspect. Mm-hmm. You have traveled a lot. You've gone to different countries. How is their system like? What do you think we are not doing that makes us that is making us face this kind of challenges? I will let my producers show you some of the pictures of some areas in our own country that you see where they park refuse. It's something that is not good. But then since you are into that, you can tell us more. And then you tell us the system that when you go to other countries, they are doing that we are not doing here.
Yes. The issue of sanitation in Ghana is a sad one, if you ask me.
Okay.
Solutions have been preferred, mentioned a number of times. I think there are a number of publications, a number of, meetings. Even in fact, Ghana, I don't recollect which year exactly, whether 2 or 3 years. We've actually come out with a policy, sanitation policy.
Yes, that is 3 years. 3 years now.
But the question is, so what's the policy?
You say, where is the policy?
Yeah, so we usually.
So it means we are not forcing the policy.
We don't have a problem. It's not as if we don't have a problem. We know the problem, but we are just not enforcing. We don't have the political will.
The enforcement that you are talking about, I don't know whether the enforcement that you are talking about is it we the citizens or our leaders who are supposed to
no, who enforces the law is a leadership, the security agencies.
But should we also be looking at every time when a policy is being implemented or when we implement something, it is for the betterment of all, we the citizens. Now something good as we implement, is it not our let me put it, is it not our duty to make sure that even though I'm not in a high rank, I can also contribute in fighting that? Because I believe, you see, okay, it's good you are saying that it is our leaders who are supposed to force the law. You have been into different countries, and it's not like that. Even when you place something down, no one is there to judge you. But before you reach home, there will be alert. That's something. So tell us, how is that possible in our country?
I wouldn't want to go to developed countries.
Okay.
Just look at Africa. And one country that readily comes to mind is
Rwanda.
Rwanda.
Yes.
Kigali.
Kigali and Rwanda.
If you're going to Kigali, you are not allowed to carry along polythene bag. Yeah,
it's a must.
It's a must. So by the time you go to the airport and there's any polythene, they take it from you from the airport. Street.
They do it in at the airport.
Yeah, because you have to check. You have to luggage
before you even fly.
So before you even enter the country.
Okay.
So in the country, you didn't even get one to leave the country because they ban plastics and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or single-use plastic. So that's what I'm saying. You have measures in place and strictly enforcing those measures. We are talking about a country that had experienced genocide, where I understand about 200,000 people died. We haven't gone through that experience as a country. So look at Rwanda, and I'm saying it's about leadership. The president make a choice, made a decision, say, hey guys, henceforth, these are the rules of engagement. You either comply or you get punished for it. As simple as that. You may not like the leader initially. Over time,
Mr. Zego, I'm coming. Yeah. I'll come back to you. Please, producer, if those pictures are ready, I want you to be showing them whilst we are discussing that. Then, yes, so Mr. Zego, you can continue.
So initially it may be difficult or challenging, or make people uncomfortable. But over time, they start getting used to it. And then now they're seeing the benefits. So if they say Kigali is the nicest city in Africa. Who tells the glory? And they can pride themselves in that when they travel to any part of the world. But initially, it was uncomfortable. That's a leadership decision. That let us sacrifice today for the benefit of tomorrow. I know that our leaders have attempted to do so in the past.
But don't you think the attempt is not enough? Sometimes you will see them when they try that. You see them with a week. Within that week, you see them doing it, but the following week is not like that.
Again,
why?
No, it's an issue of political expediency. Okay, so it's a political will. Hey, we are going to lose votes.
Okay, so this is our citizens.
Yes,
this is our country.
Yeah, so
you see.
Because if you punish them, if you arrest them, we are going to lose votes. We will not vote for you. Blah blah blah. So because of that, let us leave them. That's an issue we are confronted with. It happened in the previous government.
Okay.
I remember Oko Van Apoy was doing a similar exercise, and one of his own party people was on air, chastising him. Now we have the Greater Accra Regional Minister,
okay,
Honorable Henry Korte, doing a similar thing at Accra Central, trying to clean the city up, trying to move the hawkers from the street and all that. I think we need to support him.
We need to support him.
Yeah.
Okay.
To give him and.
So what do you think it will be the support that we need?
I mean to ensure that let's clear the people from the street and give them a place to do business. You get the point?
Okay.
So initially it will be difficult.
So do you think we like favor too much in the country?
That's what I'm saying, because
we don't have anywhere to go, but then we need the right thing must be done. But then the favor is too much.
No, it's not a matter of they don't have anywhere to go. Government can always create a space for people to sell their business, their wares. I mean, it's not difficult for government. But all we are saying is that we want to have a very clean society or city. We want to have an organized society. That's all we are calling for.
Okay.
Because we've left it for years now. So we don't expect that we can solve it within 6 months or 1 year. It will take some time. And the other aspect that, if you will permit me, because when it comes to behavioral change, there are a number of ways by which you can change human behavior. One is the punitive measure, punishment. So we punish people for them to change. The other is reward system. So if you reward people for doing something, then that can become enough motivation for them to keep doing what they are doing.
I think you are open. Okay.
So for example, there are people who are using waste.
Okay.
Who are using waste to reusable. I mean, they are converting waste into different stuff. Some are building houses. I was surprised when I saw one guy from I think Tanzania. He was in Ghana doing one of the conference, and I think there's one other colleague doing a similar project in Ghana. They build houses, but they use plastic bottles.
Okay.
So they fill it with sand and put it into the walls. So I was asking, so what is the benefit? They said, well, it makes the room cool. It contributes, and I've seen buildings like that.
So that is true.
Yeah, they showed me the pictures of the buildings.
Wow.
So the plastic bottle that should have been in the gutter by now, choking the gutter, causing flood, is being used to build houses. So if somebody knows that you are going to use the plastic, or the plastic can be used to build a house, the person will not throw it away because he knows it's money.
Okay.
You get the point?
Yes.
So when people realize that, hey, this thing that I'm going to throw it away, somebody is going to pick it and make money out of it, then let me keep it. Okay. So when people begin to see it from that angle, they start appreciating the value
of it.
Of waste. I read in the news, in a report years ago, Sweden was actually in need of waste. There was no waste in Sweden again. And here we are in Ghana, we have so much waste, they don't even know what to do with the waste. Because some are using the waste to generate electricity in the country. But we are here, we don't even know how to control our waste. So that's why I say that there are different
ways
approach you can use.
We can use. But I'm also looking at, we have come far. We are, let me say in Ghana, in Africa, we've gained independence for a very long time.
Yes.
By this time, we should see some future. But it's like we are still going back. We are still in our own situation in which we are. But then you said you don't want to use the developed countries. But then I think they are doing something that we need to learn from it, because most of our leaders travel outside to see all those kind of things. But when they come back, I don't know the reason why they will go outside and go and see something that is beneficial for all of us, and they will come back and they will not do the right thing. So that is my issue. We can't say that we will not use the developed countries. We should learn from them. We learn from others, right?
I mean, of course. I mean, I'll not dispute that.
Okay.
But the argument I was making was that if we say developed countries, somebody will tell you, oh, those guys developed years ago.
Years ago.
That's why I mentioned Rwanda.
Rwanda, okay.
Because we can compare ourselves to Rwanda.
Exactly.
They are neighbors. They even want to war, and they are back.
Yes.
So what excuse do we have? And in developed countries, if we look at their foreign policy, it's always about national interest.
National interest, okay.
Yes, I mean, national interest is always paramount. So why do you think that there's always war between Syria and Russia, and tomorrow is America, tomorrow is Iraq, and all that? You thought America wanted to bomb Iraq for nothing? It's a national interest. So it doesn't matter which president is on the seat.
Okay.
He must make sure that, we are protecting our country. Whatever we do must inure to the interest of our country. So it's not about party. It's country first. But our case is different. It's party because, and for them, they think, 100 years or maybe 50 years, where we want to be in the next 20 or 50 years. Look at the Chinese. Those guys, I'm sure they planned years ago where they want to be in the next 20
so the vision is there.
The vision is there. So they have to meticulously work towards it. But yes, always 4 years.
4 years. And so you think the 4 years is not helping?
No, I'm not saying it's not helping. But the point is that we should have a national vision.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter which party comes into office.
So when it comes to vision, we are low. Are you saying that?
Do we even have a vision? We don't have a vision, unless you want to tell me.
You say we don't have a vision.
Unless you want to tell me, because I don't know what
per se, I don't. For me, per se, I can also say that. Yes, I don't know of it.
But parties will come with their own manifesto. So if this party comes and say that I want to go this direction, and another party comes and say, "Oh,
I'm going this direction,"
then what are we doing? And you all want to take glory, forgetting that we must always build upon each other's.
So there's no national interest in our country.
And it's obvious.
Mr. Zeko, let's look at the SDGs. What is it about? Someone is watching us, doesn't know anything about the SDGs, anything at all. How will you explain that for somebody to know what the SDGs is about?
Okay, so the SDG simply means Sustainable Development Goals.
Okay.
But before I go into that, I want to take a step back where it originally began from. The whole global agenda started in the year 2000.
Okay, there's a caller. I'll come to you. Hello, your name and where you are calling from?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where you are calling from?
Santos, Miliane Waliba Busent, Mikasafri Ashamai.
Waliba.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me hear you.
The American say, Neya Semishia or Mampenina. A question by Cope, and Nasa Semba Copenadama Comaswa on your mammy. Any corruption, I coso ever my and no, and I mess and say, and could be me boa. I'm a corruption, no, as soon as I met me a confirm there, and Cabaya me day pa. Santos.
Me that's it. Thank you very much, Waliba. Nyamishrao. Mompeni Nasubeti. Okay, so Mrs. Zeki, you are saying something.
Yeah, so there was a global, agenda, that is led by the UN Assembly. It's called the UN General Assembly, held usually in September of every year.
Okay.
Where parties, when we say parties, we are talking about countries who are members of the UN.
Okay.
So they meet, every year to discuss developmental issues. And then in 2000, we came up with the Millennium Development Goals, because there was a new millennium.
Okay.
How then do we come together as, in a global platform to have a common development agenda, both for the developed countries and developing countries? And then we had that one for 15 years. So the MDGs, which is the Millennium Development Goals, started from 2000 to 2015. There were 8 goals under the MDGs.
Yeah. Okay, we have the MDGs.
We had the MDGs.
Yeah.
And then in 2015, because the MDGs was expiring, we had to come out with a new agenda.
Okay, there is a caller. Hello, your name and where you are calling from?
I'm saying that.
Hello.
I'm saying that what is drawing Ghana backwards is that every political party comes to come with different manifesto. So I think the Ghana doesn't have any national agenda.
Okay.
So if that country leave the power, then another government will abandon that project and then continue a fresh project. If you look at Ghana the whole, we have different uncompleted projects in Ghana. So if to get a national agenda, that whoever comes to power to continue that, follow that direction, I hope we will be from a higher place by now. This is I want to contribute.
Oh, thank you very much. Please, your name?
Okay, thank you.
Let's look at the purpose of the SDGs. Their purpose.
No, the purpose is like you read. I mean, it's a global agenda.
Okay.
These are the goals we want to achieve by 2030
for all the countries.
No, it's a global. So once it's global, that each country must contribute to achieving
that.
Okay.
There's a caller. Hello, your name and where you are calling from. Okay. So that is the global goals that we have on the screen there. And so today we are just looking at the content of the SDGs. And so yes, these are the goals that we have. We have 17 goals.
Yes,
17 goals, and this they are looking at by the year 2030. All this should be achieved.
Yes,
Mr. Ziegler, am I lying?
Yeah, you're right.
This one. Okay, so the first goal there. So do you have something to say before we look at the goals so far?
Oh, well, so I mean, broadly, so these are, like you mentioned, the 17 goals that have been designed. Even though there are 17 goals, they are interlinked. You know, so one, for example, goal 1 has something to do with goal 5 or goal 7, interlinked, or they are cross-cutting.
Yeah, but before we come to the goals, okay, let me say, you said every country has to contribute to be able to achieve that goals. So how is that going to be possible, and how is that going to be monitored?
Today, if you look at our development agenda in Ghana, which is led by the National Development Planning Commission, we have a 4-year medium-term development plan. If you look at the plan sticks to. So our program, as a country, is supposed to contribute to the achievement of the SDGs.
Okay.
And not only that at the global level, we are also party to the African level, AU. So AU's own is called the Africa Agenda 2063.
Okay.
Yeah. So NDPC has, if you look at our national program, we have what it can do to achieve the Africa level one, as well as the SDGs.
Okay.
In 2019, the government of Ghana came out with what we call Voluntary National Report, or VNR.
Okay. Hello. You were saying something, Mr.
Yeah. So in 2019, the government of Ghana came out with what we call the VNR, Voluntary National Report. So the country voluntarily reported on how we are progressing towards the SDGs. So each country can report. And that report is usually submitted or presented at the UN General Assembly meeting every year in September. Okay. So countries go and submit. So once you submit, people will ask questions. So each country is showing, okay, we are doing ABCD as a contribution to achieving the SDGs. And now I am aware that the government of Ghana is planning to come out with a progress report, how far we have come with the SDGs. So these are at the national level, how we can track.
We can track them.
Whether we are making progress or not.
Okay, thank you very much. My producer will put the global goals on the screen for us, and then we'll look at, we'll just highlight the goals. And then as time goes on, we'll pick one. And then we'll discuss more how it is and how things that we need to do so that we'll be able to achieve that. And so 17 goals, probably you might not achieve all of them before the 2030, but then others are in it that I believe that one is our interest, that if we have it, we are cool.
I mean, so for me, my organization, we work on Go 13, Go 7, and Go 15.
Go 15. Okay, so the goal number 1 on your screen is on the screen. So goal number 1 is no poverty. No poverty. So
we want to end poverty by 2030.
By 2030, we want to end poverty at all. Everybody will be satisfied. Hey,
that is ambitious,
yes, poverty there, because poverty, in our country, poverty. So by 2030. There wouldn't be any. If you happens to work with it, you'll be able to achieve that. No poverty.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the ambition. That by 2030 we want to end poverty.
So by 2030, the agenda for SDGs, by 2030, no poverty. As at me now, I'm driving. I don't want to say it. So, but I think that is a very good initiative. That if we put our effort in it, we can meet that target as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, of course, it's quite ambitious. Some may have issues that it's not realistic.
Okay.
But I think that it's better to have a very high ambition and you work towards it.
Okay. So the goal number 1 is to end poverty, no poverty. By the year 2030, you are free. I pray that you'll be there so that you will see. And then the second goal is zero hunger.
That nobody will be hungry in this world. There will be enough food for people to. That's the issue of food security.
Food security. So by 2030, nobody should be complaining that there is no food.
There's no food, or the cost of food is going high.
High.
So we must have enough food in abundance for people to eat.
Okay.
Because people are dying out of hunger.
Okay.
And we need to stop that.
Okay. So I hope you are getting what we are discussing. I told you that today we are not discussing them, but we are looking at the content.
Scratching the faces.
Yeah, the faces of the SDGs. So we are taking the goals, and I told you we have 17 goals, so we are just highlighting them for you. So goal 3 is good health and well-being. Good health and well-being.
So having a good healthcare system, in place, all the health issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then goal number 4, quality education. You say, Yes.
Yeah, so that's so not education, but it's been qualified. Quality education.
Yes. We have quality there, not just education, but education. Quality one, of course.
Quality.
Okay. I hope that it seems we need that, right?
And that's why.
But how is that going to be possible?
Well, so again, like I said, each country must demonstrate how they're providing quality education. So when we hear government,
like our system right now.
Yeah. So when government talk about free education, all those stuff, the question is, would those measures or policies contribute to quality education?
Okay.
You get the point. So, and that is why I'm saying that. So our development agenda is skewed towards the SDGs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then goal number 5 is gender equality.
Yeah, gender equality, gender mainstreaming, to also give more space and voices to women.
To women.
Yeah. So women can also have what they call it, not only voices, and also must also have equity, in terms of how we disperse our resources, or in terms of positions of power.
So more women will be their voice will be heard.
And then also give them more opportunity.
Opportunity.
Yeah. Again, that explains why in some, I think, I don't know which year it was, Legon. Even when they were recruiting students or candidates.
Yeah.
There's a point that a female can get 16. Grade 16.
Yes.
A male will get 15, but they'll pick the woman.
They will pick the woman rather.
Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will have more guys in school as against women.
Okay.
You get the point?
Yes.
So it's like making a conscious effort that women also get access.
Access. Okay.
So you can have a male and a female, and then there are some institutions that give priority to women when it comes to employment. A male and a female can go for employment interview, or they can go for interview. They can all pass and all that. But even if the male performs a bit better than the female, they will still give an opportunity to the woman.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So these are steps being taken to ensure that women also have.
Okay. So make sure that everybody,
as much as possible,
equal.
That the women are not neglected.
Okay. But do you think? But let me ask this one: do you think we have issues with women so far? That's why we see them as sometimes some positions or something shouldn't be given to them. That's why.
No, I think it's an issue of our culture.
Our culture.
Yeah, because in our culture, it's always a man. When a man talks, it's funner.
It's okay.
So women are not allowed to speak.
To speak much. Okay.
When it's family meeting, the kings, the elders meet and talk. If you look at our culture.
Yes. Yeah. I've been witnessing that.
The queen mother is just a ceremonial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Okay. So that is goal number 5. So goal number 5, gender equality is there. And then the 6th one is clean water and sanitation. Clean water and sanitation.
The Galamsey is affecting the goal 6. There's no clean water.
Okay, so the goal number 16 is for us right now.
Goal 6. Yes.
Goal 6. Clean water and sanitation. Thank you very much, Mr. Ezekiel. Thank you so much. Okay, so that is the goal number 6, which is clean water and sanitation. And as Mr. Ezekiel is saying, that one, we are into it right now. We need to end it right now because it's affecting us. And, without water, we are nothing.
Oh yeah, I mean,
we are nothing. Water is everything for me per se.
There's some prediction that in the near future, people are going to fight not over gold or oil, but over water.
Over water.
Because water is going to be a scarce resource. Now, water bodies are drying up because of global warming.
Okay.
And without water, you can't survive. You need water to drink. That is why when you are thirsty, nothing can make up for it until you drink water.
You drink water.
Not Coke, not Fanta, not.
But water.
Water.
But there is something that I don't understand. When you are thirsty and then you take maybe fruit juice, you are still thirsty.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing can replace water.
Thank you. So please, our leaders, we are begging you. Now, our water bodies, if I show you some of the pictures in this kind of aspect of our Galamsey issue, in fact, it's something that is not good. My producer will show you some of the pictures of this site. And our water bodies, all of them. Goal 6 is saying that clean water and sanitation. So all those kind of fields that I'm talking about. Thank you very much. So my producer, I would like you show those sites for us so that those who are watching us, they will see that we are not, in fact, Generational Leaders Talk Show, we are not into politics. We are looking at the betterment of everybody.
But you know the interesting thing?
No.
Our president is the co-chair of the eminent of persons on the SDGs. So it's like there's a group of people who are like leadership over the SDGs.
Okay.
And our president is the co-chair with the president of Norway.
Our president? I don't know that. You are saying that.
He's a co-chair of the SDGs.
Wow.
So our president has a higher responsibility.
Okay.
And for that matter, he must demonstrate that, okay, I'm doing at least something in my country as my contribution to achieving the SDGs.
Okay. Okay. So far that is it. That's goal number 7 is affordable and clean energy. Affordable and clean energy.
So we need energy that is clean and must also be affordable.
Okay.
So that's why we are shifting from dirty energy.
Okay. Before we continue with the goals, I would like to read some of the WhatsApp messages so far that are coming, and then we continue with the SDGs agenda. So that is it. This one says, "Good evening, boss. In fact, your program is really educating us a lot. Keep on educating us with such a wonderful program from your boy Waliba Bonsent inside Ashama. Thank you very much for that." And he said again, "I want the government to fix the high rate of corruption in this country." It seems he's the guy who called us, yes. The first caller. Thank you very much for sending in your message. I am Abigail Eduba. I'm watching you live on Facebook from Italy. Thank you very much. I said the citizens must fix their own attitude first. So that one is coming from, the message is coming all the way from Italy. Abigail Eduba. Mm-hmm. He said the citizens must fix their attitude first. Do you have anything to say about that?
No, so who determines good attitude? You or me?
The person we are.
No, it's a citizen. So what? Because I say to me, what is good to you be bad, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
So there must be a standard.
Okay.
So that standard must come from the top.
Okay.
Because before there was a law that says thou shalt not steal. Stealing was normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Brown. I'm Brown. Good evening, boss. You are doing great work, and I love the show. Keep up the good work. In fact, but where this country is going, if we don't take time, in the next 5 years, everybody will have. Okay, yeah, I understand. Everybody will have. Thank you very much for that one there. Please, I can't say it, but then thank you so much for sending in your message so far. This one is a great discussion. Monday is my birthday. That is from King George. Okay, so King George says that great discussion. Monday is his birthday. So no problem. We'll celebrate it. We'll make sure that we do something nice for you.
Happy birthday in advance.
Okay, so Mr. Ezekiel says that happy birthday in advance. David inside Tema West saying that good evening. I like the discussion from the beginning to where you are discussing now, and I think the SDGs, if probably it will work, then we'll be happy in this country. So keep up the good work that you are doing. Nice program and great job to your guest. Thank you so much for sending in that. Okay, so because of time frame, I will read all the messages. So don't worry. Keep sending them. We'll read all that. We'll read all that as time goes on. So you can also call us to share your opinion or comment on whatever we are discussing on now, which is the SDGs. And so we are looking at the goals so far. Goal number 8 for the global SDGs. Yes. Goal number 8 is decent work and economic growth.
Yeah.
Decent work and economic growth.
Yeah. So again, it's been qualified.
Okay.
Not just work, but decent work.
Decent work,
of
course.
People should work. Their work should be decent.
Decent. Okay.
Make it appealing.
Appealing.
It must respect people's right to work and not, give them any job that will demean their dignity.
Okay. Then goal number 9 is industry, innovation and infrastructure.
Yeah.
Industry, innovation and infrastructure.
Yeah, so bring about innovation, infrastructure development.
Okay.
So again, it appeals more to government and the private sector.
Okay. Okay. And then goal number 10 says that reduce inequalities.
Yes, we do agree that there are a number of inequalities in our system.
Okay.
So this is what makes the SDGs a bit different from the MDGs.
Okay.
Because the MDG was very packed. It was 8 goals.
Okay.
But this one is 17 goals.
17 goals.
So we don't lose sight. Because some of these things, because they were packed, we lost sight of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So now that we have a specific goal on inequalities, they must make a conscious effort to ensure that people are not unequally, if there's a word that unequally dealt with, or what do you call it? They get unequal support. For example, the people with disability. So how do we ensure that we don't lose them?
We don't lose. Okay.
The blind, the cripple, the deaf, the dumb.
Okay.
We must consciously bring them on board.
Okay.
So those are some of the inequalities that people,
okay.
Men, women, the old, the aged.
Okay. So let's go quickly to goal number 11. Says that sustainable cities and communities. So goal number 11 says that sustainable cities and communities is there. So that is goal number 11. And then goal number 12 says that responsible consumption and production. That is it. Goal number 13. For that one, goal number 13, you come back here because that is your aspect. So you have much to tell us. Goal number 13 is climate action.
Yeah.
And so since you happens to be in that field, when it's time, I would like you come and then you open our mind on that. Goal number 13.
My pleasure.
Yes. So goal number 13 is climate action. And so when it's time for that, when we are taking them one by one, Mr. Zeko will come here again. And then he will tell us more because he is into that. And so he knows more to tell us about that. And then goal number 14 says life below water. Life below water.
So it actually refers to those in the fisheries industry.
Okay.
Like fishes, or if you like, aquatic life.
Okay. So that is life below water.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a nice one there. Then goal number 15 says that life on land. Life on land.
Trees and
Okay, with that one too, you have to come here. So some of the things I'm picking them for you because you come and tell us.
You see how go 15 compared to go 6. Galamsey
yes.
For go.
That is the 6. Yes.
No, go 15. We destroy the trees in the name of Galamsey.
Yes.
It end up also affecting the water bodies.
Okay.
Go 6.
Okay. So that is okay.
Even go 13. It affects the climate change. Eventually.
Yes, thank you very much. So Yeah, thank you so much for that. So goal number 15 says that life on land. And then 16 is a peace and justice, strong institutions.
Yeah, I mean, we need strong institutions.
Yes, to make sure that there's peace in the whole country.
Yeah, and that's what we discussed initially. If you recall, the police and the military.
Yes,
and stuff,
okay.
We need strong institutions.
Okay.
For peace.
For peace. Thank you very much. So goal number 16 says that peace and justice, strong institution. This one not just any small institution, as Mr. Ezekiel is saying, strong one. So that is what we are saying. So we need strong institutions that they will be able to protect us, and there will be peace, and everybody will be satisfied.
So that is why when we are advocating for strong institutions,
okay,
we are advocating because we made a commitment as a country as part of SDG's
okay.
goal system. So you justify why you are calling for strong institutions.
Okay.
So that's the work of an advocate.
Serious.
So you don't talk,
Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. So the goal number 17. Goal number 17 is a partnership for the goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is partnerships for the goals. Can you say a little bit about that?
Yeah. Basically, what it means is for us to achieve all the goals,
okay, is
through partnership.
Okay.
We need partnership. Be it government, civil society, media, private sector.
Okay.
So it works through partnership. So partnership is key.
Okay.
Towards achieving the goals.
Achieving the goals. Okay. So so far, these are some of the things that by 2030 we should be achieving. That is from the SDGs agenda, and I think most of the agendas will help a lot. And so we believe that by the, but I'm also looking at the duration, because we are in 2021 right now. So let me say we left with 8 or 9 years to be able to achieve those kind of things. Do you think it's possible? And then we wrap up.
Well, for where I sit, but I think we must also admit that COVID has actually
taken much
not time, but may end up with regressing some of the effort or success being choked over the years.
Okay.
If you look at, I think goal 3 talks about health issues.
Yes, health.
So let's see what COVID did, to people,
our health,
health system and all that. So there was a massive disaster.
Okay.
I don't expect us to achieve
all of them.
All of them.
Okay.
But I think we should want to demonstrate some effort or some progress.
Okay.
In the SDGs that we are focusing on.
Okay. In one statement, what message do you have to the coming generation? Then we'll wrap up.
I think as young people, we have to be very take their destiny into their own hands.
Okay.
They have to be very resilient, very focused. And not only demand from our leaders based on emotions, but you demand based on their own commitment that they've made. And let's see ourselves as actors that we are also contributing to our development agenda. So let's always be mindful of Goal 17. We talk about partnership for development. That as young people, we are demanding for results.
Okay.
So we can also partner and achieve that. So as a country, collectively, we can all benefit from the work that we are all called to do.
We are all okay. So this is where time permits us to draw the curtains live on Generational Leaders Talk Show. And to remind you quickly before we go, our seminar date has been changed from 25th to 22nd of this month, 22nd May 2021. So please, we are sorry for that. So we were thinking 25th. Has to be holiday, but it's not holiday. So we are bringing it to 22nd of May 2021. The seminar will be taking place here in KFM TV conference room. And so please, for those who don't know, please inform others so that they will come. And then Mr. Ezekiel is also part of the speakers. So please, you can be part. You can see what you gain from the seminar. So please do well and come. Happy Mother's Day to each and everybody. Betty, please, I beg you, you're not worry. Why? Now become a full mother. Okay. So happy Mother's Day to everybody, my mom and everybody. Thank you so much for those who make time to watch us. The control room, everybody. I thank you so much. My name once again is David Santos. See you next week. Tomorrow, Monday, we are doing the repeat, so you can watch us. Thank you very much. We are the ones to make
make a brighter day. So